I'm actually sick and tired of so many videos out there giving you the romantic version of how to get out of your bed. And let me tell you what this is not about. This is not about how to romanticize your life. This is not about how to effortlessly achieve it all, like we like to say. And this is not about how to have that soft girl life. The question that I have for you is, why are we constantly trying to make work feel fun? Us, our generation, that are constantly looking forward to romanticize the way that we do work, finding new technique, and all these video comes up on this is the way you get out of the bed. Can we just stop that? If we just accept this bitter truth that work will never feel fun, it would just be fine. We don't need to swallow the pills of affirmation of how we should get ourselves out of the bed to do the things that is going to benefit us. It's us. It's not anybody else. It's our future, right? Our environment, right? Our attitude, our personal development. Yet we are still looking forward to make ourselves feel better to do those things. Not only do we lack the focus to resist so many temptations around us and in our phones, we have the audacity to mock our parents. We're like, oh my God, these people, they don't even know how to use their phone, go on the email, we track their password for them. But you know what we need to be jealous of? The grit of work. It doesn't matter what work these people do. They were taxi driver, they own small businesses, they have a retail shop, they have a grocery store, they work in a restaurant. They respected their work, and they work while snowing, raining, and cold outside. I can't sit down and think about my parents and literally visualizing them having the visualization of, oh my God, do I really need to talk to that Spanish guy down there? He's gonna think about, oh, all African are like cheap. No, he doesn't. They don't. They just get up and go there and get the car fixed. He doesn't care whether that guy is gonna think of him that he is cheap. They don't care. They are out there and they make their day count. In 100 years, in a few years time, nobody will actually remember all the romantic things that you have done to get yourself out. You know what? Everybody respect the work ethic that you have put on. Have you put it or not? That is what is going to be measured, not how you have get yourself out of the bed, or like how hard it was, how you are in your feelings and so on. We always be like, oh my God, these people don't know how to use technology. But you know what? What's your execution rate? Because they have an execution rate of 80% to 100. If they want something, for example, my mom, if this woman wants something, I know she have already contacted 5 people in her surrounding. And if those people can lead her to the way, they have already told her who knows what that can lead them to where they want, and they already have a pathway. But you know what we do? We sit there and think about whether to contact, whether to call this person. And you know what? This is what we need to learn from our parents. As much as we like to talk about how backward mindset they might have, there's so many things that we lack today and we need to learn from them. It's not wrong to want to have easy life and to want to have a romantic version of your life and this soft life that you want. It's not wrong. If that's what you want, go for it. However, my issue is, don't complain. Don't complain years later. We have people complaining today about why their life doesn't turn the way they want, but they don't reflect back on the decisions that they have made in the past, which resulted them having that current state of life. And for those who want to put their best input forward into anything that they want, I want you to realize that the bare minimum of work does not equal that effortlessly life you want in the future. No, you have to put in more work. You have to put in more study, more engaging with other people, more learning, more exploring. That is what it means. We all know that being a Muslim bare minimum is not the way forward. You need to actually do more. But how come we don't have the same perspective when it comes to life decision? We intend to have this distinct differentiation between our life decision and our deen, but they're both entwined. Just have the same mindset that exactly putting the bare minimum of being a Muslim also equates the bare minimum of life input. And trust me, if you don't get that out of your head, you're gonna struggle so much. You're gonna hate yourself for the longest. You're going to have the paralysis of not putting enough work. Talk about mindset shift that you absolutely need right now to get out of your lazy gear era. Number one, start acknowledging yourself every time you do the work despite your feelings. You know how we try to make ourselves feel good, like all the extensive morning routine that you just waste your time to get the work done? Do the work, and that feeling of satisfaction you get from the work, that is a reward. Thrive on that feelings. Imagining yourself in that feelings where you will absolutely feel when you do the work, and just get to the work. I remember reading this book by Derek Sivers. He was talking about procrastination, and mind you, I was sitting down, like have my cup of tea, thinking about he's going to give an extensive view technique on how to combat procrastination. Guess what he said? Have your cup of coffee, sit down, and do the work. It was just like a slap on my face. It's like, seriously, you really thought I'm gonna sit here and give you extensive view the same way? Get off the couch and go sit down and do that damn work. And after you do it, the feeling that you get from doing the work, that is the feeling of satisfaction you need to thrive on. Number two, it's fine to sit in a room where it's so quiet and you're the only one that is there and just typing. Actually, nobody has ever excelled in anything without boredom. The reason why people specialize in one particular thing is because they have done it so much that it becomes a total, completely automatic habit for them to do it. Think about you who wants to memorize hadith, to memorize Quran, learn about linguistic, all these things. No, it doesn't. If you think about all the ulamas, they all have overall view and they have a speciality. That speciality is what they focus on, and they have a burden of learning with it. They sat down, they read books on it, they read different pages, and that is what created the skill of excellence in that particular field for them. I think we need to get out of this passionate state that if you're passionate about something, that means it's fun, like it's supposed to be fun. No, things that you're passionate about can be boring when learning. Of course, you thought about finance to be this passionate things that you're going to learn about, but however, you gotta sit there, you gotta read through it. That is the burden that you need to build the skills of understanding how finance operate in personal, in business, in management, and all sort of aspects. Number three, stop trying to avoid stress. And we do this all the time. Every single time we trying to learn something new, and then we try to be in a gathering, learn a new skill, we suddenly feel stressed and we think that stress is bad. No, there's different kind of stress. The stress that you feel is probably from the lack of the action that you need to put in your work. And if you don't put the work that you need to do, you will feel stressed. You need to analyze where that stress is come from. And most of us have the stress of lack of putting the work in, not the stress that come from sitting down and learning. And you need to realize that stress is needed in order to create discomfort in your brain, and over time you will get used to that discomfort. It will become comfortable for you to learn new skills. When you're in that stressful mode, that means your brain is stimulating new information. You're engaging your mind. If you're engaging in learning, appreciate that stress. Have you ever been so stressed about learning an information the first day, however the second day you come, you're less stressful? Exactly, that's how it goes. And over time you build stress forward with new skills that you're going to learn. Number four, when we get overwhelmed with new set of information, we quit. And you know what the reason behind it? We have this illusion that, oh, I'm gonna take it in the future. Oh, I have time. Next time I'll do it. But no, what we don't realize is that every single time has its set of opportunities. When you delay something that you should have done in the past, not only have you lost the opportunity to engage yourself in learning at that present moment, now you have lost the opportunity to engage with different opportunities that are presented in the future. For example, we have students that quit so many majors, or they have their classes and they withdraw from classes often. Are you seriously saying that this thing is not my type, or you just don't want to engage with the burden of learning? And that is what most students are dealing with. It's not because they lost their sense of passion, it's just that this burden of building the skills that we have already talked about, they don't want to do it and they find it overwhelming. They blame the professor is not good, putting the power on other people's hand in how they should lead their lives. That's why you have people not finishing so many things that they have started with. And it's so embarrassing to look at your past and see that you're accumulating a lot of evidence that shows you're not a resilient person. And when you have that accumulation, it's really hard to show respect to yourself and make new decisions. Work-life balance does not exist. I'm sorry, I know, but it doesn't exist. Work-life balance means that you put in the same amount of work, you trying to mix enjoyment with the work, but they don't go together. Sometimes you have to put in more work in other things, and that means that cafe you want to go to, you might not be able to go. Your gym membership, you can't go. And that Islamic gathering you really wanted to go to, even though it's really beneficial, you got other things to do and you won't be able to go. Memorizing that Quran you really wanted to in your deep down in your heart, sometimes you can't do it, and that just means you need to focus on learning the hadith, and that's fine. Or sometimes just that means really focusing on engaging yourself with deeply learning the reading of Quran and living up to it, and that's absolutely fine. And that means sometimes just sitting down and focusing on writing 1 hour a day to build that momentum of trying to be a writer, and that's fine. We're trying to escape the chaos of life. Life is a playground. Think about it as like a playground, and there's so many chaos that is going to happen. Learn to embrace that chaos in your life, because in chaos you learn to prioritize new things. You learn to discover whether these stuff are good for you or not. You discover your ability to resist temptation to different things, and you discover the focus levels that you need in order to create the life that you want. This ideal version of work-life balance does not work. Initially, you have to put in more work to create that work-life balance. You get to create flexibility after having engaged with so much with it in the past, and that's what works. Right now, you have to focus in one thing, and that's okay to not be able to focus on so many different things. And just by the fact that you want to become somebody, by default it would just eliminate other things. You can't mix different things at the same time. I have this analogy my mentor used to say, you can't chase two rats at the same time. Can you? Have you tried? You can't catch any one of them. If you're in the age right now where you're going to school and your life is not properly set the way you want, that is the time you need to put your best input forward into the things that you want to do. What ends up happening after engaging yourself with so much of work-life balance is that you end up having the paralysis of not having done enough on the things that you want them to move forward. Why not just focus your time on that and make sure you put your best input forward? Because we engage our mind with so much external view on what people think or how other people live their lives on social media, we have this thing of, oh my God, other people are doing this, I also need to do it. No. and direct your focus on the things that will move you forward. And it's fine. Nobody is gonna kill you. If and stop rewarding yourself. Like I said, rewarding yourself every single time you do something is absolutely conditioning your brain to get that reward. And every single time you don't get that reward, you feel less motivated to do the work. Do it for yourself. Envision that future self that you want. If you were to die today, what kind of person would you want to be known to other people? The ones that take responsibility in their lives and engage themselves in their upbringing, or somebody that just neglectfully live aimless life and hope for the best? Because you are an amana to yourself. I want to say thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. It has been a grateful journey that I'm taking right now, and your support means so much. Thank you. Comment, share, like, and subscribe. Assalamu alaikum. As always,